Hey, going everyone. So what I'm going to try to do is explain best my theory that I'm trying to put down out on YouTube, but my comments keep disappearing every time I put it out there, etc. So I decided to make a quick, brief video of the understanding of what I'm trying to explain. What I'll do later on is I'll add diagrams, etc. when I find time. But for now, I'm just going to put this theory up there to get the theory out there, so people can get more of an understanding of what could be the possibility of what's happened in the Mandela effect. Hey, what's up, people? YouTubers and all that. So, we're going to talk about the Mandela effect, right? So, what other people are saying is that it's not a quantum effect and stuff like that, and it's a biblical thing, etc. and that, but I really don't know if it's like an alien invention or intervention, or something like that, where they're actually trying to brainwash us and have us entrapped in our own little habitat where we think we're still there, but I don't think it's that. I think it is I think Cern has actually done what they've been saying for like the last fucking, 7 months, where they've been saying repetitively, we're trying to open up dimensions. We've found access into other parallel dimensions. It's just like the saying where they go, they look at this, look at this red apple, look at this red apple, look at this red apple. And I keep telling the people, I'm going to take a bite out of this red apple. And then eventually I take a bite out of the red apple, and then they're like all fucking shocked. Oh, wow, what the hell's going on? It's fucking ridiculous. You think about the Mandela effect, all it is a parallel reality to the one on the Sagittarius arm that we're in Orion's spur right now. But it's just a slip through the pages in a book. That's all it is. It's a manipulation of dimension. All the dimensions have been merged, so we have a certain percent of the other dimension left in this dimension, etc., or whatever and shit. But basically, the way I've fucking figured it out is that Cern basically used the quantum computer that they've got, probably way more powerful than fucking Google, I'm going to suggest, and shit, because, or they could actually fucking maybe run them all on a web. Maybe have each quantum computer talking to each other, so they got the more power behind it, hooked up to the Large Hadron Collider, a few of them around the world, fucking etc. So, but somehow they manipulated the fucking reality, so basically in a couple of seconds we were fucking consciously moved from the Sagittarius arm right to the Orion spur, where we had no idea until you started noticing like logos changed and movies had changed and historical events had changed, and you can, like, the anatomy has changed and etc. like that, but you can go talk to other people that are from your same time that you grew up with, and they can remember mirror mirror and stuff like that. But the problem is no one paid so much attention actually to all this stuff that was just every day given to us that they don't really remember. Well, I remember vividly that I was on the Sagittarius arm, so I learnt that in science class when I was in bloody high school, so I think it was even before that in primary school, and that would actually learn it. So, but yeah, that's what they've done is, the way I'm going to explain it is that there's an infinite parallel reality of dimensions that are for Earth. Earth is the only thing that exists. There is no such thing as planets. There is no such thing as all the shit NASA fucking tries to sell. They're full of shit. They just talk out their hole every fucking time they open their fucking mouth, so I just won't even go into NASA. But yeah, they can't get through the firmament. They've never been able to get through the firmament, and the fact that they can't get through the firmament, they've actually tried to fucking go a different way, which they realise that when it says in the Bible that God created the earth and heavens, it actually is referring to the earth and being in parallel, multiple, infinite dimensions, because God is infinite, God is everywhere. The earth is the only thing that is created in each parallel reality, so in one reality, like we've just jumped from the Sagittarius arm to the people out there that jumped from the Sag arm all the way to where we are now, to the Orion sphere. You notice the Ford logo changed, the Volvo logo changed, Mirror Mirror is now Magic Mirror, and all the other effects that you're noticing, and that's just because reality itself has changed. Now, I don't know if we've jumped past other parallel realities, or if the next reality that we've just slipped right into and we didn't pass other realities, but you go by what a fella named John Tittle said way back in the day in 2000, which he appeared to be this so-called time traveler from the future that had come back to fix IBM, was it 1970 or something, IBM, that only he could do because he had links to it from his grandfather and all this shit, just a typical time travel story. But the problem was is no one could ever actually fucking confirm whether or not he was a time traveler or not. But he said some interesting things, like in the end of the year 2016, that Russia and America will be right at each other, and China and Australia and other countries will have issues and shit. And he also predicted YouTube, and he predicted wireless nodes and stuff like that way before they existed. So, but he said that when you jump on a timeline, you can never ever go back to your original timeline. So, when we jumped from the Sagittarius arm, let's just say we jumped from the Sagittarius arm, we went down a timeline to the Orion spur, which is a dimensional shift as well, I'd say, or whatever, maybe not a timeline shift, but the fact is we can never ever get back to the original Sagittarius arm because there's no way ever back there. If we go back there, we're going to be in a different timeline. So the reality there may even be different to what we knew, even if we do go back there. Or this could actually be the actual reality of what this other Earth has always been, but likewise, like I just said, the other way around. But what I'm trying to say is, let me just think. So you've got your universe, which we describe as the universe, where the fucking say space is infinite, outside the universe is another universe, etc., and all that shit. Just fuck that shit off out of your head. But what you got to realize is that the universe itself consists of an infinite parallel dimensional Earth. So everything that you can suggest in that timelines of that Earth, that starting Earth, because there's an original dimension for the creation of God. So everything from that dimensional Earth in parallel reality exists. The more ways, the more mirrors that you push through into that dimensional reality, the more things will change. So if you push through those mirrors like thousands of millions of light years, everything's going to change. So you're going to be on a foreign planet, a foreign humanity will look foreign to you. Everything will evolve so differently that you wouldn't even understand it or know what's going on, because it's so far through the mirrors of matter and dark matter that you have no idea that anything that existed in the reality at the beginning of the mirror exists right inside of the mirror. So you're looking at that being your first thing of the universe, and then it goes outside of the universe through exit inside the infinite through into your multiverse, right? So your multiverse consists of it has Earth as well, but every Earth that has been changed in a parallel reality. So like I explained in my theory, that's like red is green, following the butterfly effect and all that shit, like later on it'll actually be a full change timeline to the original starting point of that planned, of that designed parallel Earth. And when you get right down to the folding of it and shit, you can just change it that much you want, historical events, whatever you want to start it off with, it will start off with. And because God is infinite in all, every single multiverse itself is actually parallel to itself and has an actual slight change to it. So then you go through the multiverse into the universe, like I've just explained what the universe is, right? So the multiverse is exactly the same. Like they said, it's like that rainbow gravity theory where there's so many lines pulling in and everything's a different shade of colour. It's every kind of change in reality that you can imagine, kind of thing. But so you go out of that, you go out of the multiverse, and out of the multiverse you then go into the megaverse, which the megaverse is the collective consciousness of all of the actual multiverse and the universe together. So I explained before that Earth itself is, the phrase Earth is not just a planet floating in the fucking space and a rock hurling through with people stuck to the cunt. What it is actually the parallel dimensional realities of the universe and the multiverse combined. So you're looking at God as being infinite over total of all, but then you go outside of the multiverse. So the conscious, see, all it is just the consciousness. Everything is consciousness, right? So you got shifted your consciousness from the Sagittarius arm to, from the Sagittarius arm to the Orion spur where we are now. Only your consciousness shift. Nothing in reality physically ever changed. Only your consciousness shifts. Just like every other parallel reality, when they moved us, they moved every other parallel reality avatar's consciousness of ourself into the next reality along. So every single consciousness in every parallel reality, until you go farther through the mirrors that you don't exist no more, is actually confused because their surrounding physical manifestation of reality has actually changed, even though it's just the consciousness has actually changed. Well, shifted, sorry, but not changed. Anyway, so we go outside of the multiverse, which then goes into the superverse, which is the mega collection of the multiverses themselves, which is you could describe as the heavens and that. So you've got heaven, which is the multiverse. You got heaven, which is the superverse, which is the collective consciousness of all the multiverses, dark and light matter, right? And then you've got all of the mirroring effect, which you've got, right? So for an example, in the universe itself, the first that I was talking about, each parallel dimensional Earth is shadowed by a dark matter parallel reality Earth. But because of the yin and yang works like a little bit of light with a little bit of light, you've got a lot more white to black in the parallel light with a little bit of light. You've got a lot more white to black in the parallel reality that we're in. But then you can shift through the actual mirror itself. For example, I'll show you in a diagram anyway while I'm talking about this. I'll put it up on the screen or something. But if you shift from point A in the original of the white mattered with dark matter shadowing it universe to exactly the point A in the dark matter with the white matter shadowing it universe, you can go straight through the mirror. That's what I call breaking the veil. And every single parallel reality inside the multiple the multiverse and the universe have the same way all the way through to the superverse, but the megaverse doesn't hold the mirror theory because the megaverse itself is a collective of all consciousness, dark matter, light matter, etc., all combined in a massive collective of God's consciousness. So that's basically what I'm trying to say is outside of the superverse, which is what I call the heaven, is then you go to the God's consciousness, which is a massive collection of all consciousness throughout all parallel realities, all parallel times, etc., timelines and that, which then makes it into the God's consciousness, which is everything, which, God is all around you, etc., etc. So then you go into the theory of that. If you looked at the last one, it's the heaven. It says in the Bible, well, it used to say in the Bible before the Mandela effect, God made earth and the heavens. So you're looking at Earth being those multiple parallel realities of all the universe and multiverse, and then you've got your heaven, which is your your superverse, and then you've got your heavens, which is your megaverse, which is all the heavens in one, combined into one consciousness, and that which makes everything in reality and everything that is consciousness, etc., because it's God's consciousness and a collective. So that's what I've been trying to explain with the actual Mandela effect. All they've done is basically shifted our consciousness from one avatar using, electromagnetic, gravitational field, quantum physics, mechanics, or mathematics of maybe they've hacked, like I said in my theory, they've used a quantum computer to get into the consciousness of God, and God runs in numbers like the 010101 fucking binary code, like they say the universe was and all this shit. If they can actually write fucking 0101 at the same time, and they can actually have that computer have any decision from letters to numbers to whatever it wants, and run so many calculations at once, they've got so much fucking shit that they can do that the boundaries of where they're actually going to end up and what they're going to do to us is just going to be fucking way amazing that we couldn't even understand or comprehend what they're even trying to do or try to do at the end of it all. We'll just be like jaw dropped because everything around us will change physically and manifest into a different reality, but our consciousness will be seeing it right through unless they actually somehow really do switch our consciousness, which then we forget the last reality or something like that, which is going to be fucking even more insane. But behind the whole actual Mandela effect, I put it down to Cern manipulating the actual physical, the consciousness, energy of our avatar or soul, and basically just, like I say, shockwaving us into a whole new parallel reality that's basically like through the next page in the book that we are in this giant, massive universe, inside the multiverse, inside the bloody superverse, inside the megaverse. Keep in mind that this is my own theory that I've come through from shifting from the Sagittarius arm to the Orion spur and actually remembering my past reality and things in it. So I haven't included any diagrams yet, I haven't had time to. I've made a brief video, that's why I've just shoved pictures after picture together and that, so I could actually just get this out there. And I'll be updating it sometime in the future when I find some time to be able to. For those that want to read the theory proper, I'll put the theory underneath. As I said before, it's not full theory, the diagrams are still missing, but you can get a bit more gist out of what I'm saying from the theory in the comments below. Thanks.